Let's play this audio of George Tenet. In 2007, 60 Minutes interviewed George Tenet as he came out with his book, part of his book promotional tour. By this point, I think he had gotten his medal. Is that right? Had he received his medal for all the great work the CIA had done in alerting us to 9/11? Well, I mean, aside from not alerting us to 9/11 and all the great work that the CIA had done in not torturing people.
Oh, yeah. He had that medal since December 2004.
Okay. So here he is reminding CBS News and the American public that it's the CIA that they never lie, except for when obviously they do lie.
That stand up and tell you the truth about when we're wrong. It's a great thing about this government. The only people that ever stand up and tell the truth are who? Intelligence officers. Because our culture is never break faith with the truth. We'll tell you. You don't have to drag it out of us. You didn't have to serve me a subpoena to tell me I didn't watch list Hazmi and Midhar. We knew right away and we told everybody. Truth matters to us.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. The amount of lies that the CIA, the one thing that the torture report has really shown is just how many lies the CIA engaged in. Michael Hayden himself, I think, has something like, what are they, 40? They've counted like 40 distinct lies. And here he is actually telling another lie in the same interview. One that we now know is an incredible lie. We've known it for some time, but you know, let's just pretend now we know for sure. Here it is.
Image that's been portrayed is we sat around the campfire and said, oh boy, now we go get to torture people. Well, we don't torture people. Let me say that again to you. We don't torture people. Okay?
Come on, George.
We don't torture people.
Khalid Sheikh Mohammed.
We don't torture people.
Waterboarding.
We do not. I don't talk about techniques, and we don't torture people. No, listen to me. I want you to listen to me. So the context is it's post 9/11. I've got reports of nuclear weapons in New York City, apartment buildings that are going to be blown up, planes that are going to fly into airports all over again, plot lines that I don't know. I don't know what's going on inside the United States, and I'm struggling to find out where the next disaster is going to occur. Everybody forgets one central context of what we lived through. The palpable fear that we felt on the basis of the fact that there was so much we did not know. I know that this program has saved lives. I know we've disrupted plots.
But what you're essentially saying is some people need to be tortured.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that.
You're telling me that the enhanced interrogation...
I did not say that. We do not torture... Listen to me.
Well, you call it in the book enhanced interrogation technique.
Well, that's what we call it.
That's a euphemism.
Well, I'm not having a semantic debate with you. I'm telling you what I believe.
Anybody ever die in the interrogation program?
No.
You're sure of that?
Yeah. In this program that you and I are talking about, no.
Have you ever seen any of these interrogations done?
No.
Didn't you feel like it was your responsibility to know what you were signing off on?
I'm not a voyeur. I understand what I was signing off on.
So, you listen to me. We do not torture. I think he said it like 3 or 4 times.
Interesting spot where he got a little bit parched there and needed to take a big gulp of water.
Yes. We do not torture. And then he goes on to say, however, here's a bunch of reasons why you'd want us to torture. Not that we did torture, but we could torture. And not only did we not torture, but there's a lot of reasons and a lot of mitigating reasons as to why we would have tortured. We saved a lot of lives by doing, foiled a lot of plots. So he lies about torturing. He lies about just, this is a minor lie because it's just to the interviewer, about justifying torturing. He lies about the results of his torture. And then he lies about anybody dying in the interrogation program. Maybe he called that a different thing. Unbelievable. But the guy's got a medal, and what boards does he sit on? I haven't followed his career, but I mean, let's be honest. We know he's sitting on half a dozen boards and raking in the big bucks, and at least he never had to see the torture, so he's not plagued by that. You know what I mean? He can enjoy his cash. When he's on the golf course, he doesn't have to have the images of the guy having a some type of like smoothie of nuts and fruits and hummus and vegetables blended up and shoved up his ass. He doesn't have to have that image while he's playing golf. So he was smart about that. He's not a voyeur. He wants to be able to live his life without being haunted by what he did. He didn't have to watch the guy being dumped in a bucket of ice water over and over again. Or that mentally challenged man. Watch him be threatened with the deaths of his family. Because the other suckers, some of those other sucker CIA guys were around, apparently were brought to tears by what they saw. So, good for him. That's why you get a medal, folks. Because you're smart enough not to subject yourself to anything that's going to come back on you. You don't want it to come back up.